Miss Julie. My full name is Marvin Eugene Theiroff. My favorite memory of my mother. I would say my mother liked her gardening and her flowers. She loved that. First, the house, okay. It was an old farmhouse. It was, we're talking about back in Depression time, you know, Julie. Now this modern stuff. It was an old farmhouse, pretty drafty. It was awful cold in the wintertime. We had a hard time getting it in the wintertime, and the summertime was hot, no air conditioning, and it was an old farmhouse. It wasn't too good a shape back them days. Took us down to Fort Meade, Maryland, to be inducted in the Army. And there they asked us different questions. What branch in the Army would you like to serve in? And evidently I must have, someplace along the line, said I want to be a medic. I don't know why, I did. And after I left there, I took 8 weeks of basic training at Breckenridge, Kentucky. I spent 8 weeks there in the artillery. We're talking about in 1951. Well, we got a call to a B company that I had to go out and pick up a soldier got killed over there. What happened, he was a bulldozer operator, and he tried to, the bulldozer was parked on top of the hill. It started rolling down, and he tried to stop it, and he got underneath the tracks and it killed him, and I had to pick him up, and that was pretty. I seen a lot of that, a lot of the country over there when I was in the service. Oh, yeah. That's where your grandma and your mom's wedding dress come from, Tokyo. My first girlfriend, oh my golly, I got a list about 2 miles long. I dated all the girls around 4 counties almost. Can you imagine that? Grandma was always teasing me about my first girlfriend, the Dutchman, and I don't know if it was what she meant about that. I called her a flat-footed Dutchman. Oh, I can tell you that real well. This fellow would work with me. They were going to have a roller skating party out here at Power Dam. He said, why don't you come out and go skating? I said, okay. So I went out skating that night, and Maxine and Arlene, her sister, was there. After the skate line, you sat down, took your skates off, and guess who sat down beside of me? Grandma. And she was talking there and this and that, and she said, she was saying something about next skating party. The guy that owned the place, the next skating party, Maxine, is next week on a Wednesday. Oh, she said, oh, shoot, I wanted to go in so bad, but I don't have no way of getting there. Anyhow, I said, well, would you like to go? I said, would you mind going along with me? And she didn't know for sure whether to say it or not, but actually, Arlene, that's Maxine's sister, and Grandma Heyer, they kind of encouraged her. They said, well, let's go along with Marv. So that's how I got to go with your grandma. I picked her up a week later, and that was the talk of the town, I'll tell you. The guys wanted to date your grandma, but she wouldn't do it. I don't know why, but she wouldn't do it. And I come along and got a date with her the first time, and nobody could understand that. So.
He tells everybody I ask him out.
She won't admit it.
You know what? I just told you. Did you hear me yell at your grandpa? He said, I'm still married to her. I said, if you don't quit telling lies, he's not going to be.
I'll tell you, Julie, I've been telling Grandma, come on now, you got to admit that. She did sit right down beside of me. Why would you think it was if a young girl would sit down and sit down, take her skate, and she started talking about another skate rink, and she wanted to go to the party, but she had to go to a choir practice. Don't you think she was kind of hitting that she'd like to have somebody take her, maybe?
I never skated with your grandpa all evening. Harley skated with him all evening. I never skated with him once. I sat down to take my skates off, and I had my own car. I didn't need his car. In fact, I had a better car than he did.
My first car was a 1935 Chevrolet. And it had bucket seats in. And my doors on my car, we called these suicide doors. They'd open from there and go back. And I had a stick shift on the floor there, a big long L.
Oh, I said, I can't go because I got choir practice. Well, your grandpa got the bright idea that he's going to ask me to go, and I wasn't going to go. Well, they talked me into it. And so I went with your grandpa. I told him afterwards if I'd ever thought about who he was, I wouldn't have went. Because when we were kids, I had a friend, and then she'd grab me by the arm and she'd say, "Oh, there goes Marvin Theiroff," and down she'd go and drag me 2-3 blocks down the street and drag me all the way down. And then we get down there, she wouldn't go in. I was so sick of Marvin Theiroff. If I'd ever put them two together, I wouldn't have went with her.